Okay folks, let's see what we can do with this today. Yeah, it looks a bit muggy out there. I forgot what they said the temperature was going to be. But anyway, what's this thing with the weather that people like to talk about the weather? I guess it's something you do when you don't know what you're going to say and shit in many cases. Let's see how we go with this. Does feel kind of hot. I've got the fan running as usual. It's the I think it's the 3rd of March today, if I'm correct. Okay, let's see what this piece is. It's a found piece. It is someone's passport photo. Interesting. Gonna make this into something interesting, folks. Don't know which way we're gonna place it. Maybe place it up this way. Yeah, I haven't been overseas since 1988. That was the last time I went overseas. I haven't been there since, folks. I haven't been there since. I went to Kiribati, I went to Majuro, I went to Hawaii. These were a business trip with my father when I was only 15 back in 1988, and we haven't been overseas since, folks. These are like Asia Pacific countries. Dad's job as managing director of what was called Telecom Kiribati, and that's come up looking really quite interesting. The colour in that looks really nice, and the hair. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a passport either, folks. I lost my passport. I don't know where it got to. It disappeared on me mysteriously, as did my my Sony Walkman. Also disappeared. I suspect one of my relatives who came over a couple of years later, back in 1991. He apparently stole some things, and that's the only way I can explain where my Sony Walkman got to. It disappeared, and I never found it, and I just lost a few random things like my passport, and basically I just think they've been stolen by one of my relatives. I won't say who, I suspect. And that looks shit house. The face looks too blended. Oh, I should have made it the master copy better, but basically I just have my suspicions that someone in my relative stole these items like a Sony Walkman and shit, and really, that was really quite a low blow, that was. It was, folks. I was really disappointed that was the last one, that I lost my Sony Walkman. I really liked that machine. It was the best one I ever had. When I bought a second one, and I found it wasn't as good, it wasn't as well built as the one that I had, the one that was stolen or allegedly stolen. So I'm not happy with that person who took it, but I don't want to just possibly falsely accuse this person, but it looks as if it was him that stole it. My mum's wedding ring disappeared with the parent of this. One of my aunties. She apparently stole my mum's wedding ring, but she's dead now anyway. But my mum tried to get it back, but she couldn't. Unfortunately, she couldn't get it back. I forgot to enlarge it. But basically, she couldn't get it back. There wasn't quite enough evidence to say that it was stolen. So basically, that's Mum was very miserable about that. It was really upsetting for her to lose her wedding ring, even though my parents have been divorced. Mum wasn't impressed. To have her sister allegedly steal her wedding ring. Not wedding ring, engagement ring. That looks a bit better. I'm going to make it a movement piece. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting. A bit wonky, but that's pretty much what we want. I don't know if this is going to be thrown away. I'm going to keep it just in case. I might want to make another. But his face is a bit flat colour-wise. Just a bit. But yeah, I really wish my auntie didn't do that to my mum, but you get that in the family, unfortunately, and it's a shame she died. I feel sorry that she died. Yeah, it looks a bit flat. See, it looks blended. I don't like that blendiness in the colour, even though the rest of it looks quite nice. It's a bit blendy-wendy, you could say. It's a bit too blendy. I hate blendiness in my work. Might do something different that might work. I'm going to lighten it, folks, because it looks heavy. Yeah, you heard that sound. This photocopier is getting old. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Looks a bit less blendy. Still looks pretty blended, but we've got some of the cheeks showing a bit nicely like that. Enlarging it on the horizontal again. I hate that. I really do find this user interface quite clumsy and ungainly. It's really difficult to use sometimes. Sometimes it just goes fucked up. It's a real nuisance, folks. This is the last set of demos on this micro SD card. So yeah, it'll be nearly finished, and that's looking even better with the lightening it off. Looks a lot nicer. Something we just learned, folks, to not always darken it fully on the negative image, negative positive reversal. Sometimes it can look better to just lighten it off. But yeah, I do hope that that person who stole my stuff and had her son stole the other stuff, the Sony Walkman and shit, suspected. I hope this auntie is in a happy place, folks. She was quite a miserable person, apparently, very miserable, and she had baggage, and yeah, so I do feel sorry in some ways. I just hope that the son, that my niece, no, not niece, my cousin, I think that's what it is, cousin. I think he'd be my cousin, my auntie's son. I'm not good with relative speak because I don't keep in touch with my relatives much. Very rarely, folks, which is a shame. I'm hoping to go to Brisbane at some stage and stay with my auntie, one of my other aunties on mum's side of the family again, and basically, yeah, hope I'll catch up with her a little bit, and that's kind of looking really quite interesting. I think we can now call this demo quits.